Hi, I'm Trudy Bender, MTSS Content Manager at Branching Minds.
And I'm Emily Roseberry, VP of Product at Branching Minds, and welcome back to your weekly MTSS coffee break.
Hello, everybody. We have our coffee in hand. We hope you do too. And today's best practice is a foundational one because without trust, meaningful collaboration just isn't going to happen.
And let's not forget about accountability, because trust without accountability is like driving a car with no brakes.
And we definitely don't want to get in that car. So let's talk about some best practices that build trust in a more transparent MTSS process. Our first best practice today is to keep all your documentation, your meeting notes, your campus and district level resources in a centralized and readily accessible location, such as a shared drive, making sure you're using meeting templates that include minutes and action plans and that those are shared with the participants, because people need access to information in order to trust the process. In a district, other than student data or personnel data, there's very little that needs to be kept under lock and key. And when people have access to the same information that's across the district, they can see why decisions are being made. It really helps build trust. And when it comes to student data, Branching Minds makes centralization easy so that any staff member that needs to know can see that student's data and better support that student.
Absolutely, Trudy. And I'm showing you the student overview page in Branching Minds right now. My favorite as a former teacher who almost never had access to the data I needed about how a student was doing. So here, if you're wondering what's the type of data I really should be keeping in a centralized location in order to make MTSS work really well for my district, this is it. It's going to be basic student demographic information, their history of scores on benchmarks and universal screeners across all subject areas, information about what progress monitoring and intervention plans they might have in place. Sure, I'm the math teacher, but it would be really helpful for me to know that this student is working on vocabulary in my class. So being able to share all this information within students' entire team is so important. And then there's a history of meetings, family communications, and services that have been provided, as well as any supporting documents you need to upload.
Emily Rose, you said at the beginning of our chat that trust without accountability isn't good either. So a critical best practice is to inspect what you expect. We need to know what's going on with each staff member, what's on their plate, do they have what they need, is it getting done?
And let's take it a step further. Is it getting done with fidelity? Because making a great plan is nothing if we can't demonstrate that we actually carried it out.
It's so true. When my district finally implemented Branching Minds, I had information about plan implementation and what a difference that made.
Yeah, I'm going to show you the implementation health report really quickly here. So this is a way that you can get some insight into what's going on. Am I actually meeting the needs of all the students who have been identified for support? Are people engaging with the platform? Are they documenting those support plans? And everyone's favorite, are those to-dos resolved? This is the part where maybe the work is happening, but if the to-dos haven't been resolved, I know that that hasn't been documented in a way that I can report on.
And finally, where you find poor implementation, offer support rather than judgment. Provide opportunities for non-evaluative feedback and coaching. And we have a great resource to help you with that in our coaching toolkit. Reframe coaching as support. That's what it is.
And let's have trust meet accountability. So in the Branching Minds platform, any school leader is able to access the to-do list for any of their staff members. This is going to give such important insight into what workload is actually on their plates when it comes to intervention delivery.
That's right. I've had experiences where staff members had many to-dos that were not marked as complete. And when I had a conversation with them, the question was, is this an accurate reflection of your workload? And if it is, what's going on and how can we better support you? And maybe we need to reallocate some resources here.
Or maybe we can just give support and encouragement. Our friend Chase here is doing just great.
Building trust with your MTSS team is an ongoing process. Prioritize communication. Too much is better than too little. And remember to offer support as accountability as well.
And guess what? Branching Minds can help you prioritize these best practices. Reach out, let us show you around so that you can see for yourself.
Stay tuned for our next coffee break, in which we discuss nurturing meaningful partnerships with families.
Holy bananas, Trudy, we didn't have any of our coffee yet.
This is not okay.